Okay, here's a quick example of how to route different monitor signals in Ableton. I've loaded up a default set here just to demonstrate. First thing to do is open up Preferences. It's Command, comma, or you can use the menu bar. I need to make sure that the audio input device and audio output device are the correct ones. The number of monitor mixes you'll be able to send out of Ableton is limited by the number of outputs you physically have on your sound card. In this case, the Moto 828 I'm using has 8 analog outputs, so a potential of 4 stereo pairs, 4 headphone pairs of monitors could be set up alongside a main output. Once I've selected the device, click on Output Configuration, and you need to make sure that all of the physical outputs on your sound card that you intend to use are in yellow, so they're active. In this example, 1 and 2 are the master outputs on the Moto, 3 and 4 through to 9, 10 are the analogs, and 11 and 12 are the headphones. I'm not sure what 13 and 14 are, doesn't really matter for this example. Once these are active, click OK, and then close your preferences. Now, to emulate what happens in a live mixing monitoring situation, I'm going to use return tracks to set up different monitor mixes. So I'm just going to click at the top here, insert a return track. Now let's say all the audio within this song now, if I play it, will come out of the master, the main output here. You can see assigned on the master track. I'll just play the intro so you can see that happening. Okay. All those different audio parts. Okay, you can see all those different audio parts are coming through the master channel, and all of those will be going out of the master out assigned here. Now, with this return track I've created, this is going to be, for example, the monitor for my drummer. So I'm going to call it the drum monitor. Let's clarify that it's the drummer's monitor. Okay. Now, using this technique, I can basically send any of the audio that's within the Ableton live set here, or indeed any audio that's coming through Ableton, to the drummer, and I can decide how much of what using the sends. In order to make sure that the drummer is receiving that signal, I use the input-output assignment here. If that's not visible, you need to change the toggle setting here in the middle right of the screen. Here, it basically enables you to select an external output for that return channel. Once you've selected that, it will enable you to choose from the various active or physical outputs that you have with your sound card, and this again will depend on the settings in your preferences. So, for example, if on 3 and 4, I'm going to have my drummer's monitor speakers on stage, or his headphones, whichever it is. I simply assign that return channel to 3 and 4. Now I can effectively dial in any amount of any signal from any of these other tracks to the drummer, so he can hear a little bit, or a nice mix, his own mix of the audio that's here. It could be just one of the parts, or it could be a selection, and it could be at different levels, so that the drummer gets his own mix. Again, if I play this, you'll see that some of the audio is being sent to the return channel. Now, it's important to remember that whatever's being sent to the drummer's monitor here is not coming out of your master output. It can't, it's not assigned to the same. All that's coming out of the master output is the audio that's coming from these tracks within the set. Anything that's being sent via the send to the drummer's monitor will only be coming out of his headphones. In such a way, you could disable parts of the track here. You could mute the drums and the pads here, for example, and then when you play, they will still be sent to the drummer, but they will not be coming out of the master output. In order to expand on this, you just need to add more return channels. Return track. If I insert another return track, and let's say this is the let's say it's the guitarist's monitor. Just expand that a bit so we can read it. That's created send B. Same rule applies. Select an external output. I'm going to send this out of 5 and 6 so that my guitarist has got an entirely different mix. He can listen to whatever he likes, decided by the settings of the send B on each of these channels. And all the same rules apply. That's pretty much it. I hope that helps.